Yes, good morning.
Good
I just
evening.
thought I'd do some gay
Wait
little
a minute.
intro.
It's morning in New Zealand and it's nighttime here. How's that possible on a flat earth?
Well, you're here to tell me. I've got quite a few questions oh, from a lot of followers, but
Nice.
I've always been a flat earther, Dave. Um, my granddad told me the Earth was flat in a secret when I was 7,
I like it.
and I sort of I didn't remember it for a long time, but then it just kept coming back to me. And I've been on this personal journey of truth, like everybody else.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's one thing I need to know, and that is my true existence, because I can't believe what's written. I can't believe anything unless I see it with my own eyes. And I've been like that for a long time. I've just been on a journey. I've been in the corporate world, a vet. I've been in automation. I've done so much in my lifetime, but I haven't found what I was looking for. And now I'm just a potty mouth, hate the government. I mean, that's what I've resorted to, a potty mouth, just, just
how
really.
old how old would your grandfather be today if he was still alive?
Oh, he'd be 90. Oh, hang on, 50, 20 to 50. He'd be 103.
That's about right.
Yeah. So, but it was just a little secret he told me, and he said the Earth is flat, and
I love
yeah,
it.
so that's where I am, and then I see you, and I've seen quite a few flat Earth um, documentaries and debunks, and like Professor Dave, what an idiot. He had nothing viable to give you. All he did
No.
was just do what the media does now and just destroy everything that you say.
You saw my
And he
interview
didn't
with
back it
Ruth,
up
who
with
was
anything.
102 years old in 2020.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
So and it's not even that
Same
old. I
thing.
mean, there's people that were being taught flat earth in the 50s here in
Really?
America. Yeah.
Well, there's so many things that don't make sense. So, with the questions that I've got today, um, some of them are basically around what you do anyway, what you talk about, the constellations, lunar eclipses, how the stars, how significant they are, and the meaning with a flat Earth. All of those that you go through anyway. So they're going to see this because we're going to go through all of it. But there are a few outside of the box questions. But I'm sure you'll be able to have an explanation for them.
Well, we can hit them all. Just noticing on my clock here, you're in New
Yes.
Zealand, which is right here, right? And
Yep.
I'm over here where the sun is about to set. Makes perfect sense. Clock's moving
Yep.
around. So your sun is rising. Let me guess. It's 11 a.m. there.
That's right.
There you
So
go.
daylight savings came into account then.
Yeah, well, it's close enough. Wherever the sun is, it's noon. So as it goes around, noon follows the sun. Makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about bird migration today. You know, we have ducks that are coming back into town. And if the ducks followed the sun and it was because we're tilted, wouldn't they head towards the sun every morning? You know, head east in the morning and west in the afternoon, trying to get to the sun?
Yes.
The truth is, the sun
Yes.
is moving outwards and now it's coming back inwards. So this sun is moving back inwards, and the ducks and the birds are all following it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So simple.
That makes sense. That does.
It's
Yeah.
so simple.
And there's a lot of mind trickery to it, isn't there? There always has been.
It's amazing how the brainwashing is so strong that people can't even fathom what flat earth is. You know, they've been brainwashed into thinking it's something stupid. They've been brainwashed into the ball. I actually have a new
Yeah.
animation being made right now that's going to blow people's minds, turning
Oh, cool.
just taking a little section of the map and turning it into a globe and hiding the rest of the land.
Yeah,
gonna be very
yeah.
cool.
That's like the little Tom Sawyer Island at Disneyland
Yeah.
in America. That when you piece it together, I don't know how I could even share that or show it, but when you put all the continents together, it's the world map, and it's tiny, and then you've got water around it. It's like, are they saying something? Is Walt Disney telling us something? So that's really interesting. It's like they always show us what they're doing because they can't lie to us.
Right.
They're telling us the truth all the time, but it's in
Revelation of
this
the
double
method.
speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, double speak, dog Latin. Um, and I mean, it's like all governments, they're telling you that they're murdering you, but they don't actually say it specifically, we're murdering you, but they're telling you it's doing what it's supposed to do because we know what it's designed to do.
Right.
They
And
can't
and
lie. They
they
just,
speaking of telling us in plain sight, this is the UN
mm,
logo, right? So they're
yeah,
hiding what Antarctica really is. They're hiding Antarctica in real life and they're hiding Antarctica on Google Earth. If you go on Google
exactly.
Earth and try to circle Antarctica and say how many square miles is it, it flips out. It won't let you do that, or the North Pole, right? So then we have the World Meteorological Organization, Flat Earth Map, right? We have the International Civil Aviation Organization Flat Earth Map, right? And then we
Yeah.
have our Flat Earth Map. And if you look, we have these four maps. They're all the same. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. This one's no good.
Yeah. Well, no, you can't have that one. Just the
Yeah.
others. Yeah. I mean, that's so, it's insanity, really. It's insanity.
Yeah.
How, and it's same with Antarctica. Ever since General Byrd went there, and he said there's other continents, everyone's just in there jamming it, locking it, landlock, landlock. I'm trying to find a millionaire to charter us, and so we can fly there and see for ourselves. We'll probably get shot down, but there's got to be a way. There has to be a way.
Globers, they say, just go to Antarctica. You can circle around it. No, you can't. Right? One, you can't physically because it's just the Earth isn't set up that way. But the Globers are like, just go. Anybody can go. It's not true. Not true at all. It's very restricted. It's
No,
very expensive. And then if you go on one of those expensive trips, they guide you where you're allowed to go. You're not allowed to go explore independently or anything like that.
no, it's all you see what we want you to
Yeah.
see, and that's it. Like everything else. So another thing that really got me was Jeff Bezos. He built his gay plane rocket, and he flew 10-minute trip up and back. Didn't get to the built, but with an astronaut who never went to the moon, and so he took her. She was an elderly lady, and he gets up there just to have a look at something for 10 minutes, spent all that money to look at something and then come back down again. What did he go to look at?
They
He
went
went up
to
there to see.
fool the human race to make you
He
believe
went
that
up
there's
there to
space.
see the Earth was flat, I reckon.
Yeah,
He went
well,
up there to see it for himself.
he did a couple rocket launches, and we're like, how come they don't ever look out the window? Show the camera out the window.
Yes.
So this next launch, all they're doing is looking out the window because they're watching our stuff. This is the one with William
Yeah.
Shatner. This guy, they launch this 95-year-old tub of lard into space, crash him into the desert, and there's no medical help. There's nothing, right? There's no medical team whatsoever. When he came down, right? So this is him coming down. Look, this thing's going sideways, right? And then when they switch angles, watch. And now it's going down. So it's different things. And then watch this thing hit the ground. Could you imagine this slam into the ground? Here, let me show you a better shot. Right?
It didn't even look real.
It's not real. It's not real. But this thing it slammed into the ground so hard.
It would have fallen to pieces.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get to the. Yeah. Look at that. Look how hard that is. And then no medical people. You know, the first thing in there should be doctors, EMS people. Nothing. Just a couple of women, a couple of unnamed reporters, Jeff Bezos, and they're all high fiving and hugging each other. And it's just so stupid that people believe this.
And they're lying down flat on their backs when they hit the ground, obviously.
Well, that's the best way to be, I guess. Right.
Well, it must be strapped down, but yeah,
right.
No, I don't.
And you know,
no,
not to say it looks like a penis, but it looks like a penis. All right. And they do this sexual imagery, but watch when this thing launches. Edit. They don't. It's like, look, watch it. There's one edit, another edit. That's the third edit. It hasn't even cleared the launch pad, right? 4 edits, right? 5 edits.
Look at it.
Look at this thing. This isn't real. Where's the smoke trail? Where's the smoke trail? 6 edits. Okay, this is a movie. And then they always have it. Oh, this is the one with the glitch. So we watch the tip of the rocket right there. It's CGI. It glitched. Watch it again.
Yeah. So if you broke it down frame by frame, you'd see them all, wouldn't you? You'd see where it's been clipped.
Right. And they always film it. The cameraman's always shaky. This thing's always going like this.
Well, they're taking the piss.
and people like, oh, no, that's not it. You know, long distance tripod. You know, but other rockets don't do this. Okay, just the penis-looking rocket does it.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yep, it's a penis, all right.
Yeah,
shooting for the stars. Oh God, that's embarrassing to even put that on TV.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And then this rocket goes up. Now, this is another CGI rocket. The whole front of the rocket disappears. Nobody cares. Nobody notices. Doesn't really matter. Oh, it's just, it's a glitch. No, it's a glitch in their CGI.
Cameras don't make glitches.
Yeah,
cameras don't make glitches like that. Not a live video.
Where is it? There it goes. See, the whole top of the rocket disappeared. Watch again. I'll zoom in closer.
Oops, it's back again.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth.
It's like, it's broken away, but now it hasn't.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
This is, I don't know if it's Project Bluebeam or just some projected hologram. Yes. Who knows what it is?
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Unbelievable. I really don't think I don't believe for 1 minute that they've been to space, and I've said it. And I've watched Conspiracy Music Guy. He makes he's put some great songs together about did NASA really go to the moon.
Conspiracy Music Guru made those epic videos. And by the way, you can find them all on the app if you just hit the web button and you scroll down to Conspiracy Music Guru. And then also in the book section, he turned them into books and kids' books. They're amazing.
Oh, great.
Amazing.
Great.
And you give a kid, let them listen to the song, watch the video a few times. Then you have them read the book. The words are in his head. They learn to read like that. These books are worth $100 a piece. Okay.
Wow. Oh, good on him.
Yeah. So that's good stuff. And also, did you watch the Level movies by Sean Hibbeler? Level and The Next Level?
No.
So those are 2 documentaries. If you hit the web button, scroll down right here.
Right.
Full-length videos. Those 2 are in there, but he's doing one a year. They come out on Flat Earth Day, which is April 22nd, and April 22nd is coming up, and it's called Level with Me, and it's a game changer. This is the one that's going to wake up the world. It's got Eddie Bravo in it. It's got a lot of famous people in it. Myself, not that I'm famous. It's got Bryce Mitchell in it from the UFC. What's that?
You're getting there.
Yeah.
She's pretty
So
famous.
I highly recommend that. I have my challenge. My Bitcoin challenge is, watch the daily video for 2 weeks. And after that, if you can come up with one glove proof, you win 3 Bitcoins, or just watch the 3 level movies. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
If you
I'm
do
going to
that,
watch
there's
them.
there's no human being that's capable of thinking that can watch those 3 movies and not become a flat earther.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't need convincing. Um, I want to go and see, I want to explore. I mean, I want to see it with my own eyes. I want to, but I want to know, I mean, how far are, are we infinite? How big is the filament, if there is one? Is there another one over another area? Maybe the extra
Have you
terra, like
read
King
Have you
Charles
read The Navigator Who
Terra
Crossed the
Charter?
Ice Wall?
No.
Again, in the book section on the app is that, but you've seen this map, right?
Yep.
So I buy into this. I think
Okay.
that my opinion that this could be very true. Whether this is accurate or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we want the right to explore, right? But here
Yes.
we are,
Yes.
just thousands of miles away are other worlds: Mars, Jupiter, Uranus,
Yeah.
Lemuria, right? And you got all of these worlds across the plane. Something that occupies a piece of the plane is called a planet. That's a piece of
Yeah.
the plane, a planet, right? They're always
Okay.
telling us what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So that answers one question.
big fan,
Mm.
big fan of that. But here's the thing: you want to prove flat Earth? You don't have to speculate beyond the shoreline of Antarctica or 60 degrees south. You don't have to speculate what's above us. You just do measurements here. We can all do it. Water at rest lies flat, period.
Yeah.
We can see too
Yeah.
far. We're not spinning. All the stars reset in their motion, in their space. When people say, well, what about the southern stars? They go in different directions. If you look at the optics of how we see what we call a personal azimuthal grid, that's how we
Yeah.
see everything. As the stars go, we will see them rotating in opposite directions. When I'm looking this way, they're going counterclockwise. When I'm looking
Yes.
this way, they're going clockwise. And they're still going the
Yeah.
same direction.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, what is keeping us stationary? What's below us? What's above us? What's all around all of these worlds? We're not floating in space, are we? We're not, or we're not. We,
The deepest
I mean,
hole ever dug is the Great Borehole, 7.8 miles, right? And they were
yeah,
wrong every step of the way on what they were going to hit. But then they know
yeah,
what the next 4,000 is. Okay. This is called pseudoscience. This is ridiculous.
yeah.
And it
How
has
can you
a
know? Yeah,
molten
sorry.
magnetic core. You can't have a molten magnet. That's them just laughing. Hey, we're going to tell them that we have liquid, frozen liquid. I'm trying to think of an analogy that's as stupid as molten magnet, because a
Yeah,
magnet loses its magnetism before it melts. Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah,
a molten magnetic core is them just going, look at these dumb, useless eaters. They'll believe anything. Right? This is
yeah, yeah,
nonsense, but it's brainwashed into us. It's still taught in school as science, and there's absolutely no evidence for it whatsoever.
yeah. I mean, science has gone backwards. It's so backwards. And you're only taught at university, especially in New Zealand, you're only taught um, what that professor knows from his, this is his language that he's teaching you. So if he is not that self-taught or that experienced,
Well,
he's passing on something even dumber to the next lot of students, like in the veterinary
you
industry.
only become a
Oh,
professor if you can memorize and regurgitate the nonsense that you were taught.
yeah, exactly. And it doesn't mean it's knowledge. I mean, I look at Carrie Mullis, for instance, and yes, he's one to say science is that you can be proud to say that somebody debunked you, that somebody has come up and proven you wrong, but you're not allowed to do that anymore. You cannot prove, you cannot disprove any of these people. And that's where we stopped becoming scientific.
People think peer
Because
review is science. Peer review is a
no,
gang that says we
mm,
believe this, and if you believe different, we're not going to publish your paper.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's it. No, it's our way or the highway.
Yeah.
Off you go. You're too clever for us. Go I. Yeah. And I had that at school. It was like virology, for instance, and metabolisms and all metabolics with animals, and it's go away. That doesn't, no, you get challenged all the time, and I get that here with the government.
Yeah.
Challenged all the time, but I've been busting their balls in court. I haven't lost a case yet, just standing on my own. I don't enter in their law. I'm just under Magna Carta, and
Nice.
I use that against them. King Charles swore an oath to uphold it, so here I am.
They've made people believe that we can't win, and the truth is we can win. There are forces here that keep order, keep law. When I say law, I don't mean man-made law. I mean God's law, right? We're born with certain rights, and nobody can take them from us, but they can trick us as long as they tell us into taking them away, right?
But you can say no, and you've got to say no.
You have to say no, and it's not polite just to say no. So you say no, and you make a counter offer. Hey, would you like this stuck in your arm? I'm like, sure. Once you can show me that every single ingredient has been tested and that you've done it yourself and that it's proven non-toxic, and just give them a whole list of things, and and then it'll never be done.
Exactly. But no, they won't do that. They'll just have fake ones. But
yeah, right. I mean, of course.
Let's give them a whole box.
Yeah.
Our new prime minister's doing that at the moment.
So you have questions from your listeners?
Yes. So we've got now. Where is flat Earth if it is not floating in space? Is it one landmass under one filament? And how big is the filament over flat Earth? Where does it end? Does it have an end? What's that? Are there other lands with filaments? Okay, so that's that one.
Firmament, you're trying to say. And the question is, anything beyond 60 degrees south, we're not allowed to explore there independently. Now, I'm a big believer that there's more land, that there is an extended plane. I don't want to say endless plane because I don't know, but I'll call it extended. There's so many stories. By the way, this is not flat Earth. This is what they want you to think flat Earth is, right? There's so many stories from the 1800s and even before of people going beyond Antarctica, finding more lands, advanced lands. There's one called the Iron Republic. Have you ever heard of that one?
Yeah.
So the Iron Republic, the Smoky God. These are great books. Where's the Iron Republic? It's in here somewhere. There it is. The Iron Republic. Story about in the 1800s, a politician got sick of tired of what was going on here, got a ship, went to Antarctica, found an opening, got sucked through, was lost at sea for a couple months, found land, found a city, and it was an advanced city, flat screens, flying cars, all sorts of stuff, right?
Underground, wasn't it?
Whether it's true or not.
A hole.
What's that?
Wasn't it in a hole, like under the earth, he thought?
Well, no. So at the end, the last chapter, somebody else wrote it. Okay, it was they tried to discredit the whole thing, and but they're talking about whether it's true or not doesn't matter to me. It rings true. They're talking about more lands. They're talking about stuff that we're just getting now in 1901 when it was published. All right, so that and all these other stories leads me to believe there's more land. It's so easy to put humans in a pen if they can't see the pen, right? I don't care. You put humans in a pen that's 50,000 miles around, they want to go on the other side of the fence. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay? Doesn't matter how big it is. But if they think they're on a ball, there's nothing left to discover.
Can't get off. Yeah, you're stuck. You can't get off. There's nothing for you out there. You can't jump off. You can't go anywhere. Yeah. But that's what they want you to think. And like the prisons, I mean, they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah. Well, we're in a prison. Wait, and think about this. Yeah. People say, "What do you mean there's more land? How could they hide more land?" They just found 7,000 new islands around Japan. Did you hear that? Okay,
Yep.
we don't even know what's here in the middle of our world. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
don't think they could be
Exactly.
hiding more land? Please.
Yep.
GPS
And that.
steers you where they want you in the Southern Oceans, right? And who runs
Yeah.
GPS? The liars at NASA.
Mm-hmm. Everything NASA.
Yep.
So if you okay, if the Earth is spinning, couldn't it? Well, wouldn't it take less time to fly a plane? You'd take off, you'd circle a couple of times, and then you'd be able to land at your destination because the Earth is spinning. You wouldn't have to fly for 20 hours flight to get somewhere or 12-hour flight. So wouldn't the plane just go up and then just land again because you're arrived because the Earth is spinning?
Well, first, you have to understand we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. We're orbiting at 66,000 miles an hour, chasing the sun at 500,000 miles an hour. That entire thing's moving sideways at 1.3 million miles an hour, but none of the stars ever change. Everything just stays perfect. Satellites fall around the Earth, mimicking those four motions, staying exactly where they're supposed to be, floating in nothingness, right? Not spiraling out of control like they would if nothingness was an actual thing. So the spinning of the Earth, right? So hold on a second. So this is a flight from I think it was from New Britain, somewhere in where the hell was it? It was in somewhere in England, somewhere there, and it was flying to South America. So it's going halfway around the ball. It's going from the top down to here. So if this is the way I'm looking right here, stars over here are on my horizon. But as I fly down, those stars are now over my head, right? Because I'm now pointing down, the top of the plane's looking at those stars rather than the windshield. Okay.
But you wouldn't fly down though, would you?
This is what they show. This is what you actually see. Why aren't these stars rising up as the plane's going over? Right? This is what Google Earth shows you. Right? This is an animation. This is what a computer simulation says you should see, but reality shows you something else. Right?
So
and think about this.
The plane is flying.
It's flying.
He's going to come down to that way.
You would have
the Earth is spinning. Which way is it spinning? It's not going that way, is it? It's going that way.
The argument there is that the atmosphere is spinning with the Earth and the plane's already got that inertial motion. But that's nonsense because when you go from, I think it was Germany to South America, the world is spinning twice as fast down there. In Germany, it's only spinning at like 500 miles an hour. And the equator, it's spinning 1,000 miles an hour. So how are you gaining that extra speed to land on a runway that's facing north-south and moving sideways at 1,000 miles an hour? Right? Here's another plane.
You have to land sideways.
From California to Cleveland.
Sideways.
Right? This trip, there's 500 miles of curvature. You see it? I think it's coming up soon. It's coming soon. 500 miles of curvature. Do you see any curvature?
No.
Of course not.
Unless
Airplanes.
the Earth is 10 times bigger than what they say it is, unless it's so much bigger, the curvature wouldn't even come into account.
We've done calculations with sightings, and the Earth would have to be 1,000 times bigger, and there's still be curvature.
It would have to be.
Yeah.
But it would take, you'd have to fly a hell of a long way to see the curvature if it was 10 times bigger than what it actually is, or 1,000 times bigger, maybe even more. But then their calculations, how did the calculations work out then?
So think about this, right?
To scale.
This flight, there should have been 500 miles of curvature. 500 miles, right? This balloon is 20 miles up.
Yeah. Is that what it looks like, 20 miles up?
This is 20 miles up. So you'd have to go 25 times higher than this to show how much curvature that plane flew over. Okay. This is where people's brains short circuit because they can't fathom anything this stupid. Because guess what? you shouldn't be able to fathom anything this stupid because it's too stupid.
Yeah. And that's only 20,000 miles, did you say?
This is 20 miles.
20 miles up.
100,000 feet, 20 miles, around 100,000.
Is that all it is? It looks like you're in space.
Right. And it looks like the sun is right here over Earth some reason. It's right there, making a hot spot. Like it's close.
It is.
Like it's close.
Yeah, it is close. I mean, it's so big, it has to be close, doesn't it? I mean, it does. Sometimes
I don't think it's that big at all. And I don't think that this is where we see the sun. Somebody on the ground down here will see the sun much lower because we see it in our azimuthal equidistant dome.
Yeah.
It's a personal dome of vision.
The rays that we're on the highest point, we were like 500 meters above sea level. We're way up high. And the sun set in the west, but it had gone behind the hill, but the rays are still going across to where the sun had risen in the east. So it's still going flat. And I sent you a picture. And it might look like it's going up, but it can't be because the sun is already down behind the hill.
When we see those rays, those are called crepuscular and anti-crepuscular rays. The sun's rays will go out towards you, look like they're going up, and then behind you, they'll go down and they'll converge again. Those are the anti-crepuscular rays, right?
Yeah.
So you see this curved view. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Well, that's what happens when you've got a glass as well.
Here's the thing.
It in a glass.
Where am I located?
You're in America.
Okay. Do you know that or do you believe it?
Well, I don't know.
You believe it. You believe it, but you can't prove it. You could prove it, but it would take time and effort. And you know what? I believe him. I don't need to check. I don't really care. And that's how they get away with it because knowing takes time and effort and actual use of your brain, your God-given brain, which they've fluoridated, accidentated, and poisoned so people can't think. Then they poison them with the news, fear, and movies, fantasy, space. People are so lost. Now, if you want to learn about flat Earth, okay, we got the internet. That's pretty useful. However, you can't find anything good on flat Earth. It feeds you garbage. That's why my app bypasses all of that. The daily video every day, that's great. The frequently asked questions, but on the homeschooling button, if you click the house,
it's a great app.
It's growing. Such a good app, and we just added Schooling Globers by Austin Whitsitt. This is a series he's done. Mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
This page alone will make you more educated than any college anywhere can. Okay. Yeah. And most of it's free. Some of it's $8, highly worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you want the information, that's the thing. I mean, Google, I wouldn't, anything on the internet. I mean, I've done a few little tricks and gone in there and I've put in something quite easy. And the response you get, you can't find what you really want because everything that's been brought up is just bullshit. It's rubbish every time. A simple question, no, it goes to something that's fear-mongering. There's so many. You can't rely on the internet for anything.
Any of your listeners that are doubting flat Earth, I'm offering you 3 Bitcoins. Just go to flatearthdave.com, get the app, or take the crash course. It's free on the website. Check it out. Check out a lot of the resources there. And I guarantee you one thing. If you give it a solid look and try to win the 3 Bitcoins, you are going to become a flat earther. Okay?
Yeah.
Period. Because that's where we live. Yeah. All of our senses, all of the science proves it. Well, science proves the earth is a globe. What science? Right? There is no science. There's pseudoscience, like that meme I showed you of the core.
Yeah.
The fact that we're moving 4.4 billion miles a year and none of the stars reset, get moved.
I mean, we must be there by now. If if that's been happening for so long, we must have already hit some of them. I mean, the planets wouldn't even be in the same spot. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, a spinning globe. I've never believed. I've never believed it. But yeah, I mean, it's the mindset of so many people just won't open up. They just won't open it up.
Well, we've been programmed not to look. We've been programmed to ridicule it. And I believe that a lot of the people that fight flat Earth they have other spirits that have taken over their free will. They've given up something, and they've allowed other entities. We are in a spiritual world. People don't want to believe it. We're souls, in a meat suit. And I believe that there's these other influences that if you allow, they will get into you and they will have you do horrible things and stupid things and dumb things.
They put little things in their head. I mean, I'm guided by my intuition. I'm so in touch with it. It just, something comes and it just says, you got to do it now. So then bang, I go and do this. And it works out 100%. Doesn't seem right at the time, but I had to do it. And mine's so strong, and it's this whole thing, my whole life experience. I was here to, I don't know, I think at the end of the day, I'm here to be this potty mouth. I'm saying what I bloody think to you people, and I'm going to destroy you, because that's what I'm here for, because there's some connection. I don't say God because I can't see, but I believe in some connection. I do. I have something that just completely tells me things.
So I hear you there, and naming God and giving all the information, that's everyone's personal journey, but there's no doubt there's a creator. Now, I used to be no Big Bang, evolution, believed it all, and that's just satanic. But if you go and walk into somewhere and there's a giant 100-story building, well, you don't have to believe there's a builder. There's a builder. You don't know who he is, or why he built it, or how he built it, but there's a builder. Well, this world is way more complicated than a building. Okay, our human bodies are way more complicated than the most complicated computers, anything. Right? Our human bodies are incredible. Right? There's no word to describe this thing that we're inhabiting, and to believe that it came from random mutations is retarded. Okay.
I didn't come from a monkey, okay? I did not come from a monkey. Even if we share DNA, we have more. We have more. We have more chromosomes. And I just keep saying to people, we are so built by design. We're a one-off. We're very special. And we don't forget, like I believe in star seeds. And we are here for a purpose. Because there is this other thing that wants to tap into what we have that they don't have, because these people don't even have empathy, and that's one big part of what makes us who we are. And we do put up with a lot of crap. I mean, we are beggars for punishment because we have empathy.
There's what
people don't.
The biggest psyop is believing that we're powerless, believing that we can't win, believing that evil is in control, because it's all a belief, right? There is so much good that's here that's assisting us, and all we have to do is consciously connect with it. Okay, people don't understand that. People are just living in fear. They watch the news, right? North, east, west, south news, steering your mind with fear, putting lines in your forehead with the headlines, right? They use these spells on you, right?
Yes, for sure. But they allow that to come into them. They block off their own self-belief. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they're important. And they could just go and commit suicide just like that, from fear, that mass menticide. They shouldn't allow that in there in the first place. They don't believe in themselves,
right?
Their intuition, their spirit, and it's really sad, but it is a spiritual war. It's negative and positive. and people have to change their mindset and say, no, I'm like I do. I'm going to destroy you, mother suckers.
It could change
And I'm going to.
overnight. If everyone, let's say your video goes viral and 8 billion people watch it, okay? And everyone goes, you know what? That's dumb flat earther. It might not be so dumb. You know what? Screw the government. It's over. It's over right there. Hey, Earth is flat. We're at the center of creation. I'm powerful. I'm special.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, you flat earthers just want to be special.
Secret.
You want to be special. No, we are special.
No. Okay. We are special. We don't want to be. We are special.
Yeah.
And they have to feel that themselves, that they are special. They're not just somebody in the gutter. They're special too.
And believing that we're powerless that's a false belief, right? And understanding that all of this goes away as soon as we say so, right? That's why, with all the nonsense going on in the world, why am I talking about flat Earth? Because flat Earth is the one that unplugs you from the heliocentric matrix, right? The soul lure system. They're luring your soul away from you, right? They're trying to get you to give it up. And I used to think that was all hogwash, but that is the way this world works. And if you don't believe it, better for the people that are controlling this place, because they don't want you to believe it. They want you living in your material world, right? And living the American dream, working your ass off, ignoring your family, and then retiring with a few dollars when you're too old to do anything. Okay?
Yeah. Now that's been taken away from them anyway. So as we speak. So and that's that empowerment, and but they have to find it in there. They've got to believe in themselves, And it's getting pretty hard out there to get them to see that, because they're getting beaten down. But
any more questions from listeners?
Yes. Now I've got one. So just a scenario. So we're in the pond, right? And there's the outer charter, the Terra, the land, King Charles's Terra Carta, outer land in Antarctica. So there's a wall between us, isn't there? So, okay, let's have a look there. Right.
I don't like calling it a wall. I call it the shoreline of Antarctica. And I don't know if Antarctica actually goes all the way around us. It might have big openings like here, right?
But I reckon there's
of miles. What's that?
Opening.
What's that?
I believe that there's, in my mind, I think we're actually surrounded by ice just in our area, but then there's more on the outer, like here. Yeah. But they say, like Noah and the great floods, they could actually let more water in to flood us to get rid of it, because the experiment's not
flooding a flat Earth is easier than flooding a spinning ball in an impossible space vacuum.
Exactly. And that's how they could do it if it doesn't work. And so there's the Noah Great Floods, there's the Tartaria, they could do it over and over and over again if they haven't got that control. Yeah, just like there. So because we know ice doesn't make more water when it melts, so that's impossible. So it's not from melting ice like they're saying. They could be like a canal.
They've been talking about the oceans rising. You'll hear United States, Florida is going to be underwater by the year 2010. And all this stuff. I lived in the same town my entire life on the water, and we have rock walls that haven't moved my entire life, and the water comes up to the exact same spot for almost 60 frigging years. Okay. And before that, and if you look at famous rocks like Plymouth Rock, hundreds of years, every photo shows the water at the same level. Okay.
Yeah.
Water is level. That's kind of fun. And so it's not changing. Now, that's not to say it's not going to change, because, God, nature, cycles, man, whatever could literally bury us in water, possibly by, opening the gates of heaven.
It's the largest canal. Yeah, well, the largest canal on Earth could flood all of us anyway. I mean, we're 500 meters above sea level, and I find shell rock everywhere on the hills, and I've found fossilized shells and oysters and things like that. So we were underwater, so it has been flushed out, or they create a new continent of slaves to colonize, whatever they've done over this time. you know, they've done something. It's been happening over and over and over again, I believe, what we're
Yeah,
going through now.
it appears that way.
Yeah, it does. It seems to be, history repeating. Yeah, but they're building their world outside of where we are. Because all these resources that are going, for instance, from here, from everywhere, where are they going? Because we're not really using them here. Where are they going? Everyone goes to Antarctica all the time. Our government, they're just flying in and out all the time. Where are they taking our resources? They're
Right.
building something else.
Right.
You know,
You've seen this,
that's what I
right?
think.
Have you seen this map?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So, and then we
Yes,
saw
you have.
the ships where we tracked
Yeah.
the ships and we found ships deep inside of Antarctica, hundreds of miles.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they all go back to the island of Kiribati, right? Where's Kiribati? Kiribati is in a very strange place. I'm going to show you something new, which I haven't shown yet. Okay. I don't think I've shown it yet.
Middle.
So this little sandbar has with very little of this little sandbar populated. There's just little areas of population.
Yes.
Has this giant ship that's in an impossible place. What's going on? Where's it going? Right. And this little island has a history of nuclear testing. Right. Well, if you're down the rabbit hole, you know that nuclear bombs don't exist. Right.
No, they don't. I mean,
just to scare people away.
No.
And this guy, this is a military guy, said the blast was so bright, I put my hands over my face and I could see my bones like in an X-ray. I think he's watching too many Bugs Bunny episodes.
Terminator.
Right?
He's watching the Terminator.
And if you look at this picture here, nuclear bombs going off, zoom in, these people aren't even looking. They're just walking around like, oh, yeah. Oh, it's a nuclear bomb. Okay?
They're not fried. They're not disintegrated.
And then just recently, this article came out about nuclear testing. They're in Kiribati, and they're showing this. What are they doing? They don't want people thinking, "Oh, I want to go to Kiribati." But where is Kiribati? Okay, so check this out. This is all you've seen this time zones, right? Where they put it on a flat map and made the time zone straight. Okay, and then over here on the side, it's hard to see, but the time zone's a little jaggedy, right? And no one has ever explained that to me. Right. So it's jaggedy over here. You see this? This is the time zone. I'm like, okay, well, some worlds, and then over here, let me make it a little smaller.
There's the edge.
Right.
There's the edge.
Yeah. So over here, it's got this weird little, what the heck is this? Why wouldn't they just run the time zone straight like all the rest of them? Okay. Right. So yeah. So there it is. And so, guess where Kiribati is? Kiribati is right here, the most suspicious spot of all. Why is Kiribati here? Okay, why do they have a ship going deep inside Antarctica? Why? Why is there no information on this ship? Okay. I think that it's important, and the U.S. says it's an important trade route. There was just an article recently about a couple different countries setting up embassies in Kiribati on a friggin' sandbar. Okay, right? I think that it's an important trade route to these outer lands. Maybe that's where we get our computer chips from. Maybe that's where we get our tuna fish from. Maybe that's who knows what they're trading. Maybe they're trading children. Who knows? Okay, a lot of children go missing. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where all our gold went. Right? It's an important trade route.
Are going.
And what I always say, how would you know? You never even heard of Kiribati. Okay? How would you know what's going on there? There could be hundreds of trade routes. Right? Where did all this technology come from? In the 70s, we didn't have computer chips. Now we have amazing computer chips. Right?
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, our law journal, New Zealand law journals, that I'm not supposed to have, so I was told, but I found them in a Lions Club shop because a lawyer left town for doing dodgy deals. So he dumped all his books there, and I've got them. And it says in the government are talking about this new computer for algorithms for our legal system. And we didn't have computers back then, but they're talking about it in government. So
Amazing.
we've had
Amazing.
technology for a lot longer than they are saying. Very interesting.
Yeah,
Very
and
interesting.
people just don't want to admit that they've been lied to their whole life, because then they have to admit their whole life was a lie, and it's just too
Yeah.
much for some people. But for some reason, people like you and myself and many others are waking up. I think this whole boogeyman thing that's been going around since 2020 has woken up a lot of people. People are waking up to germ theory and
Yep.
and all this other stuff, and people are having a lot more time to work from home, and they're looking and they're finding flatearthdave.com. Fine. Flatearthdave.com. It's a great place.
Yeah.
Go there.
And see, it can revert back on them. Exactly what they're trying to do is now going to be the push that makes people actually go back inwards and actually see it for what it is. Because, I mean, really, it's quite...
The most important
it's unbelievable
I have,
to believe anything now.
Right. The most important message I have is, first, you have to understand why Flat Earth matters. And if you go on my app and you click the frequently asked questions and go, why does it matter? That's a great playlist. Spend a week there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you'll be a flat earther, unfortunately, or fortunately for you. It might seem unfortunate when your friends ridicule you, but eventually they're going to look and they're going to come around too. So you could say I was there first. I was a flat earther back in 2023, and you were still on the ball, right?
Yeah.
But the biggest psyop is that we can't win, that we're not winning. We are winning. Okay, that's the biggest psyop. And it literally, people think, well, there's nothing I can do. I still have to go to work on Monday. That's a pre-programmed response. Okay, I don't have to go to work on Monday. I used to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not working. I am not working to give these people money. I don't pay taxes. I tell them to go and stick it up their backside. I will not pay, and I write them a letter and say, unless you can give me a complete breakdown of every single cent I've paid to you and where it's gone, you're not getting anything from me. And therefore, if I do not get that information, I take it this is at an end, and you won't be seeking any monies from me, like 30 grand or plus.
People don't realize they say
from them.
They say that the only things that are certain in life are death and taxes. Both of those are a lie. And if you wake up and learn on the homeschool page, there's Crow 777 Radio. Don't send your kid to college. Send them there. One episode a day, 5 days a week. That's 2 hours every day. At the end of a month, they'll be smarter than any college kid. At the end of a year, you're going to have a functioning, living adult human being, and it costs $8 a month. There's no financing. It's $8 a month. You have to cough up the money yourself. Okay. And it's worth it.
Than sending them to school.
And then you'll learn about death and taxes. You'll learn about nuclear bombs not being real. You'll learn about permaculture, and you'll learn about all sorts of things. It's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
So that alone.
That's where we are. That's where we are. I mean, that's a point. That's where I am. I know. Well, I know what I can do. I know what I'm here for. I know this is my life and nobody has the right over me. I mean, it's just plain and simple, basic facts. I don't have to comply to any of this rubbish. But everyone's drags you into it. But no, I'm not doing it. And everyone just says, no, that's it. That's the end. But I have been talking probably more than what you've shown us, but it doesn't matter. Sorry, followers, it doesn't matter. We're talking to Dave, and you need to go and see his videos. Look at you've got his link. I'll leave his link on the
flatearthdave.com. Everything is there. But I highly recommend getting the app, because you're going to want it when you're stuck in a line, stuck in traffic, walking down the road, doing mindless work, and want to listen to something. Because this will feed you. This bypasses the Google algorithm, has everything categorized. And there's also a friend finder on there. So check this out. New Zealand is looking good.
And that's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah. So let's look at New Zealand. Else. What's that?
You can find anyone else to talk flat Earth with, because you can't talk to the morons like that.
Look, here's New Zealand. Look, this is going pretty good down there. Out there. Look at all these people. Where are you? Where are you on here?
I'm actually down. So if you see the Hawke's Bay where it flooded in the North Island,
Here.
up the coastline, keep going. That's the South Island, keep going. There. Oh,
Here.
other side, down, down to the over to the right. Sorry, left. It'll be there. About
Okay.
there.
All right. So you got a few people out there, but
there's 3. Woo!
well, you need more. And you can tap a dot, you can message them, you can video call with them, you can start groups, meetups.
Yeah.
We sent out a 100-mile radius, and we're doing a meetup on April 29th here in Connecticut, and really a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm going to start getting everyone connected to really start making getting people aware to get their mental juices flowing a bit and think about compare the evidence, compare it. Well, there's none for Globe. As far as I can see, there's none. Science, the word, physics, it's all physics. It's all they say here in the news. Flat Earth, and it's just physics and gravity. Everything loves gravity. That's their answer.
On the app, frequently asked questions, hit the gravity button, and then you'll learn what gravity really is. Right?
It's just
look at America. Look how crazy this is.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's growing.
It's growing like massively.
Huge.
And look at the UK.
Yeah.
Right? Look at this.
Wow. Oh, they're all waking up all right. We're going to be exploring soon.
Right. These are all awake. And by the way, people are using this as a dating site, as a friend finder, as a significant other finder, because every blue dot on here, you have more in common with them than any dating site, any random meeting someone at a bar or somewhere. You have more in common with every one of these people. So you go on, you click their profile, you start chatting, you can start playing. You can even play games, right? We have trivia games.
Yeah.
I'm doing a new game that's going to have, you can play remotely with somebody else. So you're both looking at the same board at the same time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. We've got a politician that everyone's starting to think that might save us, but he's not. He's an idiot. Now, prime example, a young man stands up in a meeting and says he would like the full genome sequence and the isolates for the virus. Have you got proof the virus exists? And this politician, Winston Peters, stands up and says, look, here we have a man who's standing up and asking us, is the earth flat? That was his answer.
Wait a minute, your politician said that? Because
he said it to a person who was asking him for the proof of the virus existing, and the Prime Minister, do
you have video of that? Do you have a recording of that?
Yeah.
Can you send it to me?
On my videos all the time. It's like, here he says the earth is flat. It's like,
will you please
ask that question?
Will you please send that to me, please? Send it to me.
Yeah.
And then you heard Castro's son in Canada talking about flat Earth twice now. Okay. Yeah. This is not by coincidence. Okay. They
are doing it because they know. They know. They know. So they have to destroy the flat Earth. They have to destroy it. So people and everyone in the crowd is just like, ha 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 ha. All the retards are just laughing. It's like they didn't even click that he didn't even ask about flat Earth. That's the herd mentality,
Well, they're trying to link flat, they're trying to make flat Earth be so stupid because it's programmed. That's the number. Like if you ask somebody what's the, year, now it's tough because people are waking up. But if you ask somebody years ago, what's the dumbest thing?
I might go out, Dave.
What's that?
I might be running out of time. 40 minutes is nearly up.
No, we're good. We're good. It's my Zoom link. We're fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
So if you said to somebody, what's the dumbest thing you've ever heard of? They'll probably they could say flat Earth because we've been programmed. So now they're trying to tie flat Earth into the jibby jab. Hey, flat Earth, the jibby jab, same thing, and that way people will automatically discount it. Okay. Because flat Earth is a powerful disinformation programming when the truth is always the opposite. Okay.
Yeah.
Truth is the opposite.
with your new law, this new, not law, about disinformation, it's like, but they're going to have to prove it's disinformation. So this whole thing is just fake
Well,
because
here's
they
my
can't
prediction.
they can't prove that you're lying.
You've looked at all this new chat GBT and face, just deep fakes.
Yeah.
They're going to let that go so wild that people are like, we can't tell anything's real. Nothing in court. You can't do phone conversations. You can't even trust video anymore. So they're going to say, we need everyone to have a digital ID to log onto the internet. So everything is tracked. And the sheeple will just be like, yes, this is going to be great. And that's our enslavement. So I think that's their plan. I don't think it's going to work because too many people are awake.
No. Yeah. I mean, the digital money part of it here is so, well, when they control your money, bye-bye.
Central bank digital currencies are slavery, but digital currency isn't bad if it's the right, like a privacy, a non-mutable crypto.
Non-governmental.
What's that?
Yeah. It can't be governed. It can't be governed by your government.
It can't have any central place. You don't want it on an exchange. This whole crypto things that's been going on. That's not crypto. That's electronic money. Okay. Crypto is different. I advise people on the shopping cart button. There's two cryptos listed in there. Just research. If you don't know about it, learn about it. So when the time comes, at least you'll know what to do when you realize, oh my God, I gotta do this. Right? Yeah.
I mean, I've got a great barter network here, about probably over 1,000 people in the district.
There you go.
And we barter already. We're bartering because I'm saying money's just a piece of paper. We can do the same services for each other. You're an electrician, or we can do engineering, or we can do whatever. Food, milk, whatever you need, we can all do it. So we're going back to basics and being able to make those things, I go out and shoot a few possums, and then I've got quite a fair bit of fur, and I know somebody who can weave it into beanies or socks or
there you go.
Whatever. So, and that is the same as having money.
Better than money. Much. The energy exchange is better. Way better.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's so relaxed, and everyone's so kind, and we're just all. It's so much easier.
I agree.
It's easy.
Any final things you want to discuss before we wrap it up?
No. Well, too many to go through. But I mean, I want all my followers to just log in, see Dave at flatearthdave.com.
Yep.
And just go and listen to all of these podcasts
on the website. All my social media, my YouTube, my TikTok, everything. It's all there. My YouTube, the main one is DITRH. That's all short videos. But there's also Dave's latest interviews on the website. But if you just click the web button and you go right here, that's all my current interviews. Are you putting this on YouTube or no?
No, I'm not. I haven't been allowed on there since 2017.
All right. Well,
Jacinda got in.
I'll put my copy on YouTube, so you'll find it there. It'll be linked to your video when you send me the link, and we're good. And don't forget to send me that politician talking flat Earth. All right?
Yes, I'll do that as soon as we've finished, so you can just take the pee out of him too. But
all right.
There's one thing you might, if you've got me on YouTube or Twitter or anything, you might get cancelled down because
that's all right. I'm already shadow banned.
Yeah, they're already cancelling us out, so they don't need a digital ID. They can still already do it. I can't even get a fake ID to log into Facebook. They know who I am.
Yep.
I mean, why do you need a digital ID? They can already send to me.
Yep. But, all right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dave. Such a pleasure. And we'll get into. It'd be great to have another one day, and you can actually go through everything that probably a bit more clearer, because we didn't do the general podcast like you normally do. We didn't get through anything. So sorry.
I asked if you had any more questions, so.
Yeah. We don't go too long, but I think if my followers just go along and really investigate your knowledge and everything that you have online, so they can really think for themselves. Because I don't like telling
honestly,
people what
if
to do.
anybody that
Listen.
goes to my DITRH channel or watches my interviews, just one day, spend one day, watch my videos. And if you're short attention span, great. DITRH, all my videos are under 5 minutes. Okay. There's 400 videos. Just randomly click on some and you'll just keep on clicking and keep on clicking and keep on clicking. All right.
And your answers are there. All your answers are there, people. Just go along and have a look, because every single answer will be there.
And subscribe to my DITRH. It's been stuck at 96,000 for a year.
Oh, well, we've got to boost that up there, no?
All right.
Let's get to 100,000 for Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Don't have a fear on me.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, Strawman Dan here, and before I start I just want to tell you all about what is by far my favourite app of all time. Yes, you guessed it, it's the Flat Earth Sun, Moon and Zodiac Clock app. I know, for years I have been anti-Flat Earth with my highly edited weekly anti-Flat Earth scripted rants, but after downloading this app, wow, I'm blown away. Earth is a horizontal level plane and I'm a complete douchebag. I'm sorry.